Rob, thank you for joining us. Your first couple of days as Crawley coach are done. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been really good. It's been great to meet the lads and the staff. We come down Monday night, so it sort of felt like it took an age to get into the training ground to meet everyone. And yeah, that was been the most enjoyable part. It's been on the pitch with the lads and getting to know them. Some really good characters. They're obviously a really close group. They're young, but they're hungry and they want to learn. And I think they just want to carry on from where they've been doing this season. But yeah, I think the best part for me was watching them on the pitch and seeing the talent in the group, and and I think the big thing which probably pleased me the most was the how receptive they were for the little bit of different detail that we're going to add. They obviously had worked with Scott for a long time. They had a way of playing which was something I enjoyed watching, and there's a few adaptations and evolutions from that obviously we need to put our stamp on. But the lads have took it really well, and it's been a good few days.
Yeah, what did the first couple of days look like? Because I suppose there's an element of having to prepare for a fixture at the weekend, but also yourself and the rest of the coaching staff having to get to know the lads. So was there sort of a fine balance of everything in the first couple of days?
Yeah, we sort of concentrate on ourselves a lot more, and we always want to do that. We always want to concentrate on our strengths and us as a team and back our players in every scenario. Obviously today was a bit of we sort of went through WYCOMBE and sort of their strengths and weaknesses to a certain degree, but where we think we can hurt them. But obviously we know they're a very good team, and but again we want to make sure that we're slowly transitioning the lads into sort of any sort of small differences that they might see, and we're not expecting to happen straight away. This takes time, but so far I've been really receptive and the sessions have been good. And yeah, I think one of my big things is that I want to concentrate on our strengths and our team, and I want to develop our players, and I don't want to get too bogged down on the opposition other than giving the lads as much information about what they're going to see on a Saturday. But I think the strength of this group over the last couple of years is that they've backed themselves in every area, every game to dominate, to step on, and we want that to continue really.
Is it going to work in your benefit that we've got quite a few games coming up? It's a very busy October, isn't it? We've got pretty much a Saturday, Tuesday schedule for the whole month. So is that going to work in our favour, do you think, to sort of, as you say, get those subtle changes and messages across to the lads?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it'd be nice to spend time on the training pitch, but then the games is where you really learn and you get the detail. And obviously with the amount of games as well, I think it'd be good that we'll probably see a lot more of the players. So, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, the squad becomes even more important. I've relayed that to the lads. I'm always someone that likes to use the squad to keep it fresh. And the big thing for me is that, in terms of the scheduling especially, is that we just need to be adaptable and we need to be able to reset and go again. And we need to keep that freshness in our minds and our bodies. And the fact that I said for me, the game Saturday is our first game sort of the season really, in the nicest possible sense, for us. And moving forward is that no matter the outcome, no matter how well we play or anything, or what the score is, I should say, is I want it to be a case that that's our worst performance of the season, because after every week we should be getting better and better and cleaner and leaner in terms of our understanding, and that's whether we win, whether we lose, whether we draw, because I think the processes we want to go through, the results will come of that. But we want to make sure we start this Saturday right. And I can't ask the lads to take on all the detail. They've been brilliant at it. But what I can ask is that they try and do everything we've asked. And obviously the one non-negotiable, which they've got in abundance, is their work rate, the intensity, and trying to do the right thing. So from my point of view, I'm looking forward to the game, and looking forward to not just this game, but I'm looking forward to working with the lads on a regular basis in terms of over the weeks and the months and all the different games and challenges we're going to have.
As far as our calendar goes, this is probably one of our more local away trips, so we should be back by some good numbers on the weekend. How much are you sort of looking forward to getting to know the fans and building a relationship with them?
Yeah, I think it's. I'm really looking forward to it, because the relationship I've built with yourself and the staff around the club's been lovely. It's a real family-orientated club. Most people here support the club. It's very similar to when I was at Charlton and Newcastle. Charlton was my club, and everyone who worked at the club was Charlton fans. Same at Newcastle, and it's like it makes it a nicer connection. It makes it mean more to everyone, and around the training ground. And I think that's like a real special thing. And I always say that it doesn't matter the size of your fan base. Whatever club you support, that means just as much to you as maybe supporting Real Madrid or Man United or these the big super giants. If it's your club, and it means something to you. And I think so far all I can say is thank you to everyone for the welcome from the fans, from the staff, and I'm looking forward to that interaction and getting to know everyone, getting to know the community in the area. And it's just obviously it's something that I think the lads take pride in representing the club, and I think that's when it comes from the work rate and the effort and the intensity they bring, because you can't always control sometimes the football in terms of whether it bounces the right way or if your passing's just on, but you can control how hard you work and the integrity you play with and the intensity you play with, and I think that's the one thing that these lads and we'll make sure that we always bring.
Perfect. Mark, thanks.
Hi Rob. In the training the last couple of days, is there anything that surprised you or exceeded your expectations from the players?
I think their quality, yeah, definitely. From seriously talented individuals, and overall what I thought was really pleasing and tough for me is that the levels of the squad are really high, and also they're consistent among the group. So in terms of trying to make team selections, one, it's hard to make a team selection, but two, it's a positive in the fact that if we get injuries or if we need to freshen it up or if players need to come in, the levels won't drop too much. So that was really pleasing, and I think also just the way they are as a group, they were really receptive to us, and I think I call it talk about buy-in. I'm huge on buy-in because we ask lads to do X, Y, or Z, and if they buy into it, then they'll get all the love and they'll get all the opportunity and all the time from us. And I think they really like that and they really bought into it, and that's going to have to continue. It's not just the first few days. But yeah, no, it's a really positive start, and I think just for myself, Lou and Sweens, obviously we said thanks to the lads because it's not easy walking in as a sort of a young manager in a new experience, a new environment. But they made it as easy as it could possibly be, and especially the support staff around us, like Ricky, Jake, Tom, everyone at the club. That's really important as well. Haffy, they sort of set the standards of what the area's like and what the lads like and everything, and it just helps you ease into it. And it's only been 2 days, but it doesn't really feel like it's been just 2 days. It feels a bit more comfortable. Hopefully the players feel the same, but I think over time that becomes easier and easier.
Yeah, and in regards to you being a goalkeeper by trade, as it were, how does that work in training with you? Are you given a little bit of focus to the goalkeeper, or are you getting your own goalkeeping coach in?
Yeah, so I was the goalie coach the last couple of days as well. So so I enjoyed that, but it's good because I get to work with Jojo and get to know him and Jasper, and we've got a couple of Jasper's obviously a young goalie, he's coming in to get that experience and stuff, but he's a brilliant trainer and he's got a lot of potential, and hopefully when the goalkeeping scenario gets smoothed out, we'll be able to get him out on loan and get him to develop. But at the moment, he's needed around the squad. And then Jojo himself, obviously, is an international. He's had great experience, and he's been fantastic this year for us. And he's someone I'm looking forward to working with. He loves his detail. Obviously, he's a lovely lad, and he's got serious ability. So, hopefully. Steve Hale, obviously, who I know a little bit, done a brilliant job. He's obviously gone. We'll look to bring someone in sort of ASAP, really. But it needs to be the right person for the group and someone that's going to add to us and take us forward.
Yeah, but you don't mind doing it for the time being.
I think, to be honest with you, I think I've got 2 more days in me and then my leg will fall off.
Excellent. And you've got Wycombe obviously on Saturday, and then you've got AFC Wimbledon in the EFL Trophy. Is that kind of perfect because you get a chance to use most of the players over those 2 games? Because are you going to be looking to use a different squad for both games? I
think it's a great opportunity to give everyone a chance to get on the pitch and show what they can do. I think whatever team we go with Saturday, squad we go with Saturday isn't my team or my exact 11. That's my best 11. I genuinely believe it's the squad that's going to get us there. If you look at every team over the course of a season, the first team of the season to the last team of the season, I guarantee there's 4 or 5 changes nearly all the time, even multiple around the squads. So all I want to see is the lads who get the opportunity Saturday to take it, and the lads who don't to show why they should be in the team and why they're going to add to the squad and why they're going to add to the team on Tuesday. And hopefully we'll be able to manage it. Obviously there's certain rules, but we'll be able to manage it. So on Tuesday, lads who need minutes or lads that maybe didn't get as many minutes on Saturday are able to get that, and want to be as fair as possible. And then it's up to lads from them to impress, and if they get the shirt, to keep it, and if they don't, to work their way into the team and when they get their opportunity to take it. Yeah,
and obviously Scott had a lot of success here last season. What does success for you look like at Crawley Town in regards to short term and long term?
Sorry, very hot today.
That's all right.
I think success is just continuing the development of the players and the club. I think probably the club is like Scott and the group players last season. Lads who are still here did such an amazing job. They defied almost all the odds, and it's sort of a fairy tale. But now we've got to that point. There's still things that the club need to develop on. There's still things the squad needs to develop on. The players especially. We've got a young group that maybe have brought more players in. So the fundamental thing is if we improve the players and we improve the squad, you know, and we keep consistent in terms of the way we play, then we'll end up getting the results from that. And obviously the obvious one is that we want to stay at this level so we can keep improving and develop from there. But, you know, I'll be honest with you, if we start thinking about that over there, we forget about what's happening now and the building blocks that will keep us to that. So success for us is as long as the players are getting better, as long as the team's getting better, and as long as hopefully the results are coming as a byproduct of that, and the club's improving, you know, the club's getting better and in a healthier position, because like I'm aware of the last 3 years ago, you know, where the club was and where it is now, I think that's it's important that the club stays strong, keeps getting better, so that our levels as a club don't drop and we're able to maintain, you know, this sort of status, or at least the club's growing and growing and growing in terms of player development, style of play, and the enjoyment for the fans and the engagement from everything from there.
Yeah, and can you give us any squad updates? Is there anyone unavailable for tomorrow's game?
No, as far as I'm aware, it's pretty much everyone who has been available will be available. There might be 1 or 2 niggles and whatnot, but a couple of players come back from injury, played minutes and have had to be rested. So yeah, pretty much the squad's as it was, and we'll monitor it from there, and we'll hopefully be able to have as many players available as possible.
Brilliant, thanks Rob.
All right.
Cheers.
Hiya. So you've made the step up to League One from the National League. That can be quite a big step. What differences are you expecting?
I think it's probably like any level and jump. You know, I was, as a player, I went from step 6 all the way through to the Premier League, and you know, it's the stadiums, it's the fan bases, it's the size of clubs, it's the teams being more disciplined, the coaching being better, the individuals being better. I think every little thing has an increase. So, you know, from managing the National League at Gateshead to League One, you know, it's a big step up in terms of the size of clubs, the resources, and so the standard of the players, and in terms of the probably the consistency of being able to maintain, you know, whether it's a defensive level or an attacking level. But the big thing is that the one thing, and one of the main reasons I'm here is because what I saw in this group of players very much echoed what we had at Gateshead, and we just felt that coming in to work with players who control games and dominate games is something we couldn't turn down, and to be able to do this level against some of the size of clubs as well was huge. So that's what we're looking forward to doing, is continuing our ethic and what we believe in, using the experience that I've had in terms of the levels that I've played at, and the managers and the coaches I've worked with, to try and implement that for us to be successful.
Nice, yeah. And obviously you've been to the training ground not far from here, but have you actually had an opportunity to go around Crawley and have a look at what's going on here?
No, not yet. I've been obviously we've been down at the training ground. We was at the stadium, down at the training ground for a couple of games at the game. So it was nice to be at the game and meet people. It was really nice. You can tell there's a lot of people here who've been here a long time. It's got that real community feel, and I think it's something I'm looking forward to getting out to more. I know we've got the community, Crawley community, that do a lot of work, and we said that we'll get out and meet the fans and meet the sort of areas we're working with, the different schools and the local area to help. And it's a big thing for me. You know, I've always been someone that like sort of buys into the area and the club, because it's really important to help you settle. And also as someone that, you know, throughout my playing career sort of spent a long time at each club I was at. You know, you had 3 clubs technically, and I really enjoy that. I love the long-term project, not the short-term, and so it's a part of the job that will be enjoyable, because I know the club's talked about it, that, you know, the fan base growing and, you know, more attendance and everything like that, and we want to continue that. We want people to be proud of coming to watch the club, and we want to get that engagement between the players and the fans. So it's just it's a great day, and it's a great occasion for everyone, and it's something to be proud of.
And obviously you've met everyone at the club, all the players. Is there anyone you're particularly impressed with so far?
No, I can't pick out anyone in particular. You know, I think obviously Dion, Jay, in terms of their captains, their leaders on and off the pitch, and they've been brilliant in settling in, you know, helping us out with setting standards, and, you know, you bounce off sort of maybe the more, even though they're not as old as maybe you call senior players, but the more senior players that know the club, you know, you speak to them, you bounce off them. They've been fantastic. Hafi, Ricky have been very, very good and helpful in terms of like the sports science and the coaching previously what's gone on. And I think that's ultimately it, is that, you know, every single person has strengths they can bring. Some are quiet leaders, some are more vocal, whether it's support staff or players. And all I can say is I think everyone's been really welcoming, and hopefully there's a bit of positivity and look, we're not stupid. Games of football, you're never going to win every single game. I don't believe you're going to lose every single game, but you've got to keep that consistency. You can't get too high, can't get too low. You've got to look at every game with that neutral eye set and think, right, what do we do well? How do we get better? And give the lads the next Saturday.
Thank you and good luck.
No worries, thank you.